I'm Grace Torie, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, Grace Torie, and I'm back with a whole new podcast episode. In today's podcast episode, we are talking about how to kind of get out of like a rut, overwhelming moment, like when you feel like you're just drowning in all the things around you and you don't really have the energy to keep up with it. That is what we're talking about. If my sound sounds a little funky, I'm so sorry. My cord for not only one of my mics, but both of them broke, so I need to get a new cord. So when I get paid on Wednesday, I will grab one. But right now, we are just rocking it old school, like the beginning of the podcast when I did not have a mic. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into my life update and then we'll get the episode started. So you can probably tell by the theme that I have been feeling a little overwhelmed, like I'm kind of drowning in all the things I need to do and the stress and just not having any energy to do it. So that's kind of why I decided to make this. I think I've done a similar topic in the past, but as I've gotten older, obviously my coping / views and all of that have changed, so that's why I am doing it again, because I feel like things are different now and I've matured and I handle things differently. Some of the advice is definitely going to be the same still, but some are not. What is going on in my life? I started Vanderpump Rules. I was kind of fighting it because I started it a couple years ago when I had like COVID and I was just like, this is not my jam. But as I kind of got into it, or as everyone else was into it, and I listened to the Call Her Daddy episode with Ariana, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm tired of being out of the loop. I have FOMO. I need to watch it. So I started it. Josh started it with me, and we're both almost done with episode 1, and we have a lot to talk about, and it's just a lot. I'm probably gonna do like how I feel and my thoughts and everything when I get through everything, so I don't want to like give you an update and then still have 9 more seasons or whatever to go, so I'm just gonna wait to do that, but do know I'm working on it. What else? Oh, so if you guys did not know, my dogs / bunnies and everybody else, I actually have my bunny with me. He's laying in my lap, so you can't see him, but if he jumps up here in the episode, that's who's with me. It's Braxton. But if you did not know, my animals TikTok has quite a bit of a following, and I've kind of just done it as like a fun thing, like kind of like, oh, maybe one day I'll make something out of it, but I just made it as a fun thing during COVID for my dog before I got all the other pets, and then all the other pets have kind of joined, and it's been really sweet with like my mom's dog passing away. I had a lot of fun videos with her where we just had some sweet moments, so it's just become something that I kept up with, and then eventually I just kind of started posting those TikToks on YouTube, so they've grown quite a bit of like a small following. I wouldn't say it's anything crazy, but they have more followers than I do on anything. So what I'm getting at is someone kind of reached out to me, well, TikTok reached out to me about doing some brand deals, and I was like, you know what? That's kind of crazy, because I don't make the animals do anything crazy in the episodes or the TikToks. I don't like make them jump through hoops. Like the TikToks are like my dog playing in the sprinkler or Evie taking a nap with like a caption over it. Like it's stuff that they already do every day. So I was like, you know, I don't feel like I'm exposing them or doing anything crazy. It's just them living their life, and I'm giving other people like the joy of it and trying to educate people on bunnies and German shepherds and horses and how to properly take care of them. So with that being said, I was like, you know what, if I do like a brand deal and it aligns with their content, like things that we would use and show anyway, because you guys know I love just sharing products that help me with you guys, or I do the same with them. Bunny's got this really cute little edible hat in their subscription box this past week, and I posted it on their Instagram and was like, guys, look how cute this is. Obviously don't just like let them wear a hat all day. Like they took a picture, had treats, and like they were fine, but I definitely shouted out the brand and things like that for free. So I was like, you know what? if I'm already doing this and it's already a part of who I am, why not do it for like brands and make money? So I'm really, really hoping this works out and it becomes like another stream of income, because it would ultimately make their quality of life better. Not that it's not amazing already, but I could buy things that I haven't been able to. Like, I want to do some new flooring in the bunny room, and the dogs, I want to get them some enrichment stuff, but their toys that I kind of want to get for them are on the pricier side. So if I could just find a way to do that for either exchange for posting a video or just the money to go buy it, that would be really cool. And it would put me on track to work on the podcast more if it did become like a whole thing. So yeah, all of this to say, I'm kind of exploring brand deals specifically with TikTok, and what that world is. So I'll let you guys know if I find out anything interesting, if you are wanting to like be a content creator of any kind. And I've been posting on there a lot more, so if you guys want to keep up, it's a certified good pupper. I've also been trying to post more on my TikTok at that girl the pod. So that was a long life update, but that's something that I've been really excited about, so hopefully you guys are excited about that too. I've also spent all day trying to figure out what I'm going to wear to the Eras tour. Now that I'm going, I don't know what to wear, and it's in like a month, so I need to figure it out. So if you guys have any ideas, I have ideas, but I can't find literally anything anywhere on the internet to match all the ideas I have for a reasonable price, because we're balling on a budget. But that's literally all I've been up to. I know that was kind of a lengthy life update, but I knew today was kind of going to be a more chill vibe since I haven't been feeling the greatest. I also have been cleaning. I cleaned out the dog's closet downstairs, and then I'm gonna clean out the bunny's closet this afternoon, probably after I get this episode up. And I've just been organizing slowly but surely, getting through it. That's kind of a little bit about what this episode is about, and I'm gonna give some tips for just feeling overwhelmed with like your house and getting everything done, because I know I am, and I'm trying to slowly get through things like one at a time. So I'll share some tips for that, but I definitely feel very overwhelmed between work and just trying to pay bills and just trying to be an adult. And my coping skills have not been the best in the past for dealing with these kinds of things. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. Before I jump in, if you are on Apple Spotify, YouTube, Spotify, I always say Apple Spotify. I meant Apple Podcasts or Apple Podcasts. Why can't I talk today? Okay, Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you're on Stitcher, Google Play, Pod something, you know, anything. Don't forget to follow or do all the things. Don't forget to follow on Instagram and TikTok at thatgirlthepod. And don't forget to leave a rating or review. As I've mentioned in the past, it can change my life literally so much. Like, one review skyrockets the podcast and the amount of people that see it. So definitely do that if you have a second and you're able to do that on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for letting me kind of explain everything that's going on and listening. Now we're gonna go ahead and get on into the episode. How to get out of feeling like you're drowning by everything around you. Like I mentioned, lately I have felt just extremely stressed and overwhelmed, and when I do feel this way, I'm someone who is diagnosed with anxiety, depression, OCD, and a couple other things because life is fun. So when I do get overwhelmed or stressed, I typically have been known to just give up. I just isolate myself from everyone and I sleep, because I just feel like there's no way I'm going to get everything done, and I just need to give up and sleep so that I don't think about it. Obviously, this is not a healthy way to cope at all. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that no one's going to be there to kind of like shake me awake and be like, okay, you've been miserable long enough, let's do something about it. Like, it's always been my mom or my best friend who kind of has like a very assertive, you're not going to mope around personality, who have pushed me out of that. And while Josh sometimes does it, he's a little bit more, I don't want to say like, he doesn't like enable me, but if I say I need sleep, he's not going to question it. Like, he's like, okay, she just needed sleep. So I'm not the person to tell him like, you need to wake me up, and he's not going to do it if I don't tell him to, essentially. So my mom and like my best friend, or people who understand a little bit more what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, are way more likely to wake me up. Since I kind of don't really have those people around me anymore that are a little bit more assertive and kind of just are more understanding of why I do that, because they may have it themselves, or they just get it a little bit more. I don't really have anyone to wake me up and kick me out of that mindset, so I have to be the one to do it myself. And since I've really had this realization and just decided I have to, like, there's no more just messing around, I am just learning new ways of doing things. So these are the things that I have learned. Let's just chat about them. I have 4 things. This isn't going to be the longest episode in the world. They're just little things that I have been doing recently to kind of fix this. So the first one is slow and steady. You don't have to do every single thing on your list at once. I'm really bad about that. If everything can't get done at once, I don't even start. If you can only do a little bit, then you need to sit down. Only do a little bit. If that is what you are capable of doing, that's fine. Don't feel like you have to do everything at once. Just, I cleaned out the closet earlier, laid down, watched a couple episodes of Vanderpump Rules, and now I'm filming. I a lot of times would kick myself and get so upset that I watch TV instead of working, but I also need to understand that I'm off of work right now. I work full time. I do the podcast pretty much full time. I have an Etsy I run full time, and now I'm working with the animals on their TikTok pretty regularly. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm doing, and I don't give myself enough credit, so that when I do rest, it's probably because I need it. So just allowing myself that grace to do a little and then rest and then do a little more, that's been kind of really, really helpful, and not feeling guilty about it. So if you are similar to me, where you feel like if you can't get it all done at once, or if you don't like taking breaks, this is something that you just really need to work on, because it's super beneficial and rest is healthy, especially for your mental health. If you can't mentally do it, don't make yourself mentally do it. You're gonna have bad mental days. As long as it's not your whole life and you are doing your absolute best, honestly, with yourself, be honest with yourself. If you're doing your absolute best, then it's okay. Take a little break. Another thing that I have been doing is buy something new to get excited about whatever it is you need to do again. A big thing in my life is organizing. I can't control certain things, like not making enough money to pay bills. Like, I can obviously sell things and do that, but I can't be like so hung up that my paycheck was not what I wanted it to be. Like, I make the same amount every time, so I can't like get super upset and be like, wow, damn, I wish I made $100,000 a year, and I don't. Like, I can't change that. I can sell things on Facebook Marketplace, sell things on Etsy, work on my marketing, but I can't get mad at myself over things like that, because I can't change that. Like, Rome wasn't built in a day. I wish that overnight I would be making $100,000 a year, but that's not the most realistic, so I'm not going to sit there and be like, gosh darn it, why hasn't this happened yet? So one thing that I do to get really excited, because organizing the house has been like my one thing I am in control of and can do, is I got a new tote to put the bunnies' hay in, so that I get less hay everywhere when I'm cleaning and feeding them and everything. And then I also am getting a new carpet shampooer when I get paid. I literally told Josh I budgeted it in. I don't care what we have to do, I'm getting one. I think that it's worth the $100 or whatever, and I'm gonna use it literally every day, because I get so upset when our carpets are dirty. I hate carpets. When we move, we are not getting a carpet. I've talked about it so many times. No more carpets. None. None. I don't want them anywhere near our house. I will do a rug any day, but no carpets, hardwood floors, and tile only. So that being said, those are 2 things I'm getting. The tote is obviously like $5 from Walmart, and then a shampooer is a little bit more expensive, but it got me excited because I felt like before I got the tote, like, I'm not able to clean, because what am I going to put this hay in that's going to keep it from getting everywhere? And now that I have that, I kind of gave myself the ability to feel like I'm capable of doing it, because I have everything I need. So if you need to go buy new cleaning supplies, if you need to go buy something for your car to do something with that, or if you need to buy something for your desk at work to make you feel more productive, it's worth it, especially if it's inexpensive and it's going to give you a new sense of excitement for whatever you're doing. So the third thing is break it down and do small sections at a time. So like I said, there's so many things I can be stressed about, but right now I'm really focusing on organizing the house. The two things I wanted to do today is I wanted to clean up my room, I wanted Josh to clean some things in the kitchen, and then I wanted to do the dog's closet and the bunny closet. That's not like a crazy amount of things. It's really not that much at all. I can definitely get it done in a day, but as I'm walking around, I'm not looking at all the other things that need done and being like, dang it, I need to do that. Like, for example, I really wanted to wash, like spray down all of our outdoor home decor, but I can't do that because it's raining today. So I just kind of pivoted to something else, and I'm not going to be super upset that I can't get that done today, or I'm not going to be mad at myself because I didn't get it done today, because it's not what I'm focusing on right now. It's out of sight, out of mind. I will do it another day. I can't just do the whole house at once. Like, do I want to sweep and mop the dog room, the kitchen, the living room, all of these places? Like, of course I do. Do I want to deep clean the half bath? Of course I do. But I'm not going to do it right now because I made a small list of sections that I need to focus on, and that's what I'm doing today. The last thing that I have on my list is change your health habits. I don't know how many times I've talked about this and how many times I'm gonna talk about it, but when you are mentally really stressed or overwhelmed, you need to focus on your physical health, because a lot of times your physical health is heavily affected by your mental health is heavily affected by your physical health, and of course vice versa. So for me, the first thing I do when I'm feeling down is I make sure I'm eating healthier. Obviously working out is a big thing too, but eating healthier is something I can immediately control. For the most part, there's sometimes when I'm running low on cash and I can't go out and buy all these groceries to make a really healthy meal, but I can control how much oil I consume, like the greasiness in the food I have, and I can control whether I eat at home or I eat out if I have groceries and can afford them and blah blah blah. But for the most part, I can control whether I'm eating healthy or not. Also, I can control whether I go for a walk or not, and that's 100% free. Like, there are certain things you can do physically that are going to help you. I know you don't want to do them. I have not cooked in a while because I don't feel like it. I just have no energy, but I know that when I do, I'm going to feel 1,000 times better, so I just need to do it. And that's why I'm having Josh clean the kitchen so I can cook a nice meal for dinner that's healthy, and it's going to make me feel mentally a lot better. I'm drinking water and more conscious of that, and I'm going to try and go for a walk today. With the rain, I don't know if I'll be able to, but it's definitely something I'm trying to do. But that being said, your physical health and your mental health are directly linked. They directly affect each other. So if you are feeling down, you are probably missing something physically. If you're feeling sluggish, you definitely are. And I feel all of those things, especially when I'm overwhelmed and tired. So yeah, I know this episode was shorter, but I still wanted to get it up. Like I said, I'm not feeling the greatest. I don't know how many times I can say that, but I still wanted... Do you guys hear my bunny just thump so loud for absolutely no reason? Braxton, or Bourbon, why are you thumping? I think he wants attention. He is being so dramatic for no reason. But yeah, I really hope that these tips helped you out. Like I mentioned, don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, all the fun things. All of my links will be down below. I love you guys so, so much. I upload every single Sunday and Wednesday. I will see you guys on Wednesday with a new episode. If you're watching this on Sunday, I hope you have a great night. If you're watching this on any other day, I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or night. And I will see you guys later. Love you. Bye.